Let's head back to Luthuli House now, where we've got our reporter Pulele Tweety Jones, who is covering the passing away of Deputy General Secretary of the African National Congress, Comrade Jessie Duarte. We've just had that briefing by the ANC about the proceedings that are set to follow following the announcement of her passing, Pule. We do understand at this stage that the officials are going to be making their way to the family home before heading over to West Park Cemetery, where Miss Jessie Duarte will be laid to rest.
Yeah, definitely. And we do also getting word from the ANC that the president will be making his way to the family home just around 12:30. Earlier on, we saw some of the NEC members actually arriving at the family home. We saw some of the family members making their way to their family home as well. But most importantly, there the Treasurer General of the ANC saying they're declaring a mourning week in the organization for the passing of Ms. Jessie Duarte. But also again saying that on Thursday they will be having a memorial service for the late Jessie Duarte. But continuously so, I've been trying to get reaction from some of the ANC leaders as well. I'm going to be speaking to the ANC Regional Secretary Ntwani, who's going to be just giving us reaction from him having been here. We'll also speak to some of the members of the Gauteng provincial leadership as well. Mr. Josh Majira, thank you very much for joining us. Now, this must be sad news for the organization as well, particularly with the passing of the Ms. late Duarte. And maybe just want to get reaction from your side as well, how you're bearing the news that have just come in.
No, thanks very much, Pule and viewers. We are waking up this morning very shocked, devastated and hurt by the passing on of our DSG. It's very hurting indeed. I mean, for us to have received this sad news after we have not seen the DSG ever since our local government elections. Very, very sad indeed. We are devastated. We are shocked as the ANC in the capital city.
I mean, the TG also speaks about how this is a blow for the organization. Clearly, it does say that you need to now focus, particularly with the mandate of having to ensure that you can inspire voters' confidence again. You're coming out of a provincial conference as well, and you clearly have a lot to do as well.
Remember, this is the year wherein a lot of elective processes are taking place, like your regional conferences, more especially after the COVID-19, your provincial conferences, the policy conference and the national conference. And you would obviously appreciate the work of the SGO. I mean, as a person who was left in that office, it's very difficult, obviously, for the TG as the acting now, because we thought she was sick, she would come back, assist the ANC in ensuring that we prepare for the conferences, but we also strengthen the ANC going into 2024. So for us, it's a great loss. We are shattered, to be honest.
I mean, you speak about a great loss as well. You're currently in the transitioning of having to ensure that you are united. There's that issue of the suspended Secretary General of the movement. Now, the DSG has also just suddenly passed on. Now, clearly, this means that you need to go back to a drawing board and try to see how you can march ahead. We've got the policy conference coming up as well, and you've got other upcoming provincial conferences. This must be a tough time for you guys as well.
No, it is indeed. Well, we are comforted by the fact that we are left with only few months before the national conference. So the national conference will be able to close the vacuum created by the suspension of the Secretary General, but also the death of our DSG. So we are hurt. But we are accepting, obviously, all of us at a particular point in time will depart this earth. It's not a nice thing, but we are obviously accepting, and obviously the national conference will be able to address the shortcomings.
George Machida, thank you very much for joining us on ENTA this morning. That's the Tshwane Regional Secretary speaking to us and giving us reaction just after those sad news we received in regards to the passing of the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC. I was hoping to speak to, of course, the Secretary General of the province on Gauteng, but I see he's a bit occupied. We will get a bit of reaction from them when they are finished with other interviews they're doing, some of their media colleagues. But from us, what we just got from the Treasurer General of the ANC, Mr. Paul Mashatile, is that the President will be making his way to the family home just around 12 o'clock today, before the send-off can begin to the West Park Cemetery.
Thank you very much for that, Pulele Treaty Jones, and of course we'll continue to follow you throughout the day as you follow the funeral proceedings of the Deputy Secretary General, Jessie Duarte, who was pronounced as having passed away earlier this morning, losing her battle with cancer.